evening, football fans, and welcome to Three and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Well, we have ourselves a day of football in the books. I hope each and every one of you out there enjoyed it as much as we did, because even if, well, this is also including yesterday's games in college, even if your team dominated, were dominated, barely won, barely lost, or whatever, I'll tell you what, it was a good week of football. Man, that was fun. I mean, we've seen it all this week, man. I mean, we could talk about everything from high school, what was a true test for some teams, modern day, just saying, and of course, taking a look at our 300 victory for Coach Logan at Corona Centennial. We can get on over to the what was a bye week of the 3C2A. Talking about Iowa Western getting it done this week, but barely surviving in the NJCAA. We had 4 Wisconsin schools in D3 have quite the battle. One of them double overtime. Yeah, that's just how they do it in Wisconsin with their Division III football. In D2, how about this, man? Ferris State stays strong, but Slippery Rock slips off. Oh boy, we're getting into that. Grandview dominating. Lindsey Wilson dominating in the NAIA. A little bit of FCS action coming your way as Austin Peay. What? Yeah, down goes West Georgia. But man, what a game it was. FBS action. Is Miami legit? I mean, is it time to start saying it? I don't know. Sorry, cooking stuff there. Alabama and Vandy wasn't as eventful as it was before last year. But hey, still good. Is Florida going to be the true ranks in the gears for Texas? I think so. And of course, the week that was today in the NFL. We got 30 minutes on the air, and it's going to be a jam-packed, commercial-free 30 minutes because what a week. Raiders get destroyed. Chargers just couldn't get right today. Panthers get a victory. What? And oh yeah, we have a Sunday night game to play and a Monday one tomorrow. Both should be very fascinating. You are now tuned in live to 3 and Out right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sport. Welcome, football fans. Each and every one of you guys out there, we appreciate you all so much for tuning in and being awesome. We're just going to jump right into the action today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, your boy, Larry B. We're going to take you here live, talking all this football from top to bottom and all around. And, well, here to join me on that journey, he, of course, is my co-host. He is the host of Set Point here on IE Sports Radio, our volleyball show, and our SoCal Insider. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome me, my boy, Mr. Teran Rodriguez. Good day, sir.
Hey, Larry B. Good day to you too. Ready to talk some football? Let's get it.
Oh, we're getting rapid right now. So we're going to get rapid fire real quick, man. Big shout out and thank you to our awesome sponsors, Planet Jerky. Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. The jerky gets on a whole other planet, as well as Vital Apparel, help with fighting mental illness out there and, well, promoting mental health. Check it out, man. Show some love. Give us a follow all over the place. X, TikTok, YouTube, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Teran, let's get into it real quick, man. So quick little brief recaps of some things, man. Again, big ups to Coach Logan doing his thing, man. Mr. Matt Logan, 300th victory at Corona Centennial. Big victory this past week, man. Also, St. John Bosco explodes. We talked about it. They just keep on dominating. They're 5-0. It's going to be them in modern day. That's just what it looks like right now, man. They're looking strong. These two SoCal powerhouses getting down and dirty. But St. Francis ain't far away, man. Number 2, of course, dominated, doing their thing out of Maryland. Looking good this past week. A true number 2, as well as number 6, modern day. Again, very weird to see them without the number 1 next to their name. But looking good, taking care of Trinity League foe, Orange Lutheran. Where will they be this week? Of course, Bishop Gorman getting it done, man. Also doing their thing. Again, we talked about all this on yesterday's show. Looking good. Where will Bishop Gorman be this coming week? And of course, the rivalry classic we talked about. Baylor at Tennessee knocked off the team that knocked off Mission Viejo from Tennessee, McAllee, man. The huge game there in high school football. Teran, obviously, we're just getting short snippets, but anything to add for those who didn't listen to yesterday's show for high school football this week?
Well, Mater Dei grinded out a big-time win over Orange Lutheran. Santa Margarita won fairly comfortably against Servite. Their defense is looking very good. And don't forget about De La Salle. They're still pretty good in their region in terms of the Northern California region. So I think we're in for some more fun matchups. And look at Sierra Canyon jumping all the way to the top 10.
Looking good, Teran. Looking good. So we're going to close the door there again. Plenty more of this on Saturday mornings. If you want all the goodies there, because like I said, today's basically the NFL. We only got a few more minutes left for everything else. But goodies there, man, for some Friday night lights there. We had 3C2A bye this week. Nothing. Cricket. No words for the 3C2A this week, but be ready for next week, man. California Junior College Football in the NJCAA, man. They did it. Iowa Western did it. They knocked off Coffeyville 35-24. Oh my gosh, the Raiders survive because some Raiders have to be good, Teran, and it's not the ones from Vegas. So there you have it. I'm sorry, Reavers. I don't know why I said Raiders. I'm sorry. Look, they're Pirates too, okay? I got some things to say about the Raiders today. As you can see, they're on my mind. But the Reavers, of course, getting it done. I mean, they're kind of like Raiders, like Pirates. Anyway, with that said, man, also that, and Northeast Oklahoma A&M's upsetting Cisco. Oh my gosh, down goes number 15. NJCAA there, Teran. Any comments on that?
Yeah, that Iowa Western Coffeyville matchup was really good. And I said it yesterday. This one was probably going to come down to the wire. I mean, 2-score game, yes, but that's still a pretty strong effort from Coffeyville to push the number 2 team in the nation like that. And I think Iowa Western needed this just because they don't want to look ahead and get too big for their britches and just focus only on Hutchinson. They've got a full slate coming their way. So
they sure do.
I think it's a good win.
Oh, it definitely is. D3 action, Teran. Oh my gosh, Wisconsin just does what they do. Number 5, lacrosse. They did it, man. They knock off Whitewater 23-20. You picked these guys, man. I picked Whitewater. Actually, or was it the other way around? I don't know, but it was a great one.
It was the other way around.
Double overtime, bro. Instant WIAC classic. Lacrosse wins in double overtime to stay unbeaten. Down goes the War Eagles. Oh my gosh. And let's not forget the other Wisconsin teams. Oshkosh, number 15, Oshkosh knocks off number 11, River Falls. Oh my gosh, 21-17, another WIAC win here. Oshkosh just does it, man. Does it at home. Defense stands tall at the end. How about those two Wisconsin teams there?
Yeah, and it just goes to show that when it comes to those Wisconsin matchups, all bets are off. Like, that was a great win for lacrosse winning in double overtime, and for Oshkosh to pull the upset is pretty impressive if you ask me. And defense, that's what wins you the games. That's what wins you the big time games.
And that really is it, man. I'm not going to stay on these, but also big shout out to Bethel, man, knocking off number 4, St. John's. Down go the Johnnies. Oh my gosh. Bethel just gives it to him, man. That's going to shake up the top 5 next week. And of course, number 1, North Central out of Illinois defeats Wheaton. Little in-state rivalry there. Number 1 takes care of number 14 fairly easily. That's an easy one to talk about. But Teran, the crazy one has got to be this one right here, this darn Bethel game, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, that was a great win right there, and the defense really shined for them. And again, that's how you win the big games, especially against top 5 teams right there. So a great win for Bethel, especially in conference play right there. That's gonna really turn some heads.
It really is, and it did. In Division 2, oh my gosh, there were so many, man. We had Senton Hill upsetting number 11, California, Pennsylvania. Gannon knocks off. Slippery Rock just slipped, man. There goes number 16 down, 35-35, 38-35 thriller there, man. Just craziness here. How about Emory and Henry, by the way, taking down Carson Newman, number 22 in this game as well. And Augustana, they survive a battle from Sioux Falls, a 1-point game, 29-28. Vikings hang on late in Division 2. Teran, we had some fun ones this week, but I got to say the craziest one for me is Slippery Rock slipping off.
Yeah, that was a high-scoring affair, and Gannon really kept up with Slippery Rock. That was a very big win right there. Seton Hall also beating California of Pennsylvania with a great defensive effort. Just shows that there are many ways to win college football games.
Oh, there it is, Aaron. There it is. So that'll do it for Division Two. A little bit of NAIA. Grandview just stays unbeaten. The Vikings are these are different Vikings. 41-9, just doing their thing this last past week. Also dominating, man. Number 7, Lindsey Wilson takes it to Georgetown, Kentucky, man. Blue Raiders. These are some Raiders that are good. Get it done, man. I mean, overall, great stuff. We also had Hastings knocking off number 22, Northwestern Iowa. Teran, these guys were champions a couple years ago, and now Hastings takes the victory in upset fashion. And also Florida Memorial shocking number 10 Southeastern Florida 28-23 Sun Conference Center. How about these games in the NAIA, Teran?
Yeah, there were some pretty darn good games right there. And Lindsey Wilson, I did not expect Lindsey Wilson to dominate Georgetown like they did on the road. Because, again, that's a road game. And to have a offensive performance like that is pretty impressive, if you ask me.
It was fun, Darren. The NAIA is always fun to watch. A little bit of FCS action here. North Dakota State doing what we thought they would do. South Dakota State doing what they thought they would do. But it was a close one. We thought it'd be a close game, and Youngstown State brought it 35-30 only. The Jacks survive a real scare. What a game there. Montana State, hey, they did what they had to do to NAU. And Austin Peay. This is the game we're going to focus on, Taryn. We both talked about this one. You said they would win it. I said that this just recent Division II team that has been on a tear was going to get it done. They didn't. Austin Peay stood strong, 44-30. What a game, man. The Govs hand West Georgia their first loss. How about that one?
Yeah, and you said it best. West Georgia hasn't really been battle tested, and they finally faced their first true challenge in Austin Peay. So I think Austin Peay kind of welcomed West Georgia to the FCS or NCAA Division II in a little bit of a not so fun fashion.
That's exactly what happened here. And a little bit of FBS from yesterday, man. FBS. All right. Is it time, Taryn? No. Is the U back? No, they are not back. Sorry.
No,
he's giving
I'm
the
still
Shannon.
not convinced.
He's giving the Shannon.
But all I know is that Texas ain't back. That's for sure.
No, Texas got set back. That's for sure. Number 3, Miami takes it to Florida State, but did they? Florida State barely. And Florida State hasn't been that good. I don't know. I still don't believe in the Canes right now. But Bama knocking off Vandy. Okay, last year they got upset. This year they were kind of probably really angry. I'm just saying. But Bama takes it to these guys. What the crap, Taryn? UCLA. They look like the Las Vegas Raiders of college football, and then they come out and knock off number 7 Penn State 42-37. Valiant comeback here, but they still did it, man. The Bruins got it done at home in the Rose Bowl. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think anyone saw this coming. I mean, again, like a new interim coach, new interim offensive coordinator, it's just absolutely astounding right there what UCLA did. And to pull off a top 10 win, that is just incredible right there. So hats off to them on pulling off that win. But Penn State, oh man, I don't understand how you lose that. It just baffles my mind.
I'll tell you, that was something else. But also, let's talk about Florida knocking off number 9 Texas. SEC action, man. Oh my gosh, I did not think I would see this. Swamp swallowed the Horns. Down they go. And also Cincinnati taking down number 14 Iowa State. I was not expecting that one.
We were both wrong on that.
Bearcats get this thing done. Oh, what a game that was. Darren, any other games you want to throw out there for the FBS before we get into week 5 of the NFL?
Maryland actually suffered their first loss to Washington. Now, Washington's actually winning on the road. I can't believe it either, because they used to be one of the worst road teams in recent history, and now they're starting to win on the road, which they beat Washington State earlier in the year. Now they beat undefeated Maryland, who is, I think their offensive coordinator is Clay Helton.
I think so,
something like that. It is a former USC assistant. So, but overall, that Washington has kind of been impressive. Not impressive enough to be ranked, but impressive enough to kind of get my attention.
Impressive enough. We'll take that. All right, Teran, off to the NFL, man. Here we go. NFL Week 5 has been crazy. We already talked about Thursday Night Football. The 49ers survive in overtime already. We talked about that one yesterday. Crazy stuff here. Mac Jones leading the Niners to a gritty victory, man. 26-23 in overtime. Crazy game that was. But going in today's game. Across the pond, good sir. How about this one? Carson Wentz and the Vikings get it done over the Browns 21-17 in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Oh my gosh. How about this game, dude?
This was one of those weird games, if you ask me. I think it was a wacky game right there. I mean, the Browns really thought that they were going to win. Dylan Gabriel in his first start, he looked pretty solid. But honestly, the Vikings, they needed this win in the worst way because they could ill afford to lose to a team like Cleveland. So good win for the Vikings, but I think they're just still not impressive.
Ooh, still not impressive. I mean, hey, what do you say, right? It was one of those. Total domination in Indy. Daniel Jones throws for 2 touchdowns, and Jonathan Taylor rushes for 3. The Colts completely dismantle those Las Vegas Raiders, 40-6. Teran, this is just. It was hilarious. I don't even know if it's still called Lucas Oil. They changed the damn names of these stadiums so many times. But what I will say is whatever the stadium's called now, the good old Las Vegas Raiders, my Las Vegas Raiders, were completely laughed out of it.
All I gotta say is this, Larry. I'm sorry.
It is definitely not our year. That's for damn sure. So,
okay, yeah. Jokes aside, that was a tough one for the Raiders. And that loss, that's 4 straight losses for the Raiders, but they're 1-5 under Pete Carroll, which is actually the worst start in 5 games for Carroll in his coaching tenure. So Raiders have got to do something, whether it's they need a trade for a quarterback, because I don't know if Geno's the answer. I mean, the Colts obviously needed a bounce back after that blunder last week against the Rams. But, man, Raiders just looked flat in all areas, dude.
And it would be the Raiders that Pete Carroll would suffer that, by the way, in his in his coaching career. It would be the Raiders that would happen to him. But it is what it is. Raiders are horrible. They just continue to look crappy. And the Colts, hey, good for them. They get a victory. I mean, like I said earlier in our chat room, it's kind of like it's like you get a participation win is what you do when you play the Raiders. It's like a scrimmage that you get a win for just participating in it. That's exactly what that is, because the Raiders are horrible. I'm sorry. That's my team forever, but they just look like crap. This team bothers me in so many ways. Spencer Rattler and the Saints finally break through. This was also like watching a JV game. Literally just watching 2 JV teams play, because this was not varsity. But how about this, man? They get it done, knock off the Giants, 26-14. How about, and also Rashid had 87 yards. How about that one?
Well, it's good to see that the Saints. Here's the thing about the Saints: they're not a bad team. They've been competitive in every game. I think their record isn't indicative of who they truly are. Obviously, the roster is not anywhere near talented. Let's keep it a buck. But honestly, I think the Saints, they've been patient with trying to get the win, get their first win. And I think this was kind of their first chance at actually being a favorite, especially since I think maybe New York kind of got a little bit high off of their win against the Chargers, which I think that is obviously, it's definitely a thing, because sometimes you can get like too big for your britches after you pull off an amazing win over a team that you dominated. So I think the Saints just was patient for that first win, and I think the Giants kind of got a little too high on their high horse.
Yeah, the Giants are just a bad team. I mean, both these games, like I said, this was kind of sad. Watching this game was a rough one. Overall, I mean, look, the Giants are growing, right? There's growing pains there, but they definitely got their quarterback, I think, moving forward. Sorry, Russell. But definitely, you got to say, look, good for the Saints. I mean, what's that old thing? That light shines on the dogs. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, what do you say, right? I mean, good for those guys. Next up, Dak Prescott tosses 4 touchdowns, and the Cowboys get a victory over a team that is basically the Raiders of the East Coast, the New York Jets.
Yeah, this would be the perfect time to have the whole Nacho year in terms of the Cowboys. But the
For damn sure.
Cowboys, look, they look dominant against the Jets. I mean, this is a Jets team that's pretty much broken at this point. I mean, they brought in Aaron Glenn from the Detroit Lions. It still hasn't done anything. They're 0-5, and I just gotta say, no team has made the playoffs when starting 0-5. So Jets might be in some trouble again.
Oh, that Jets team, they are just bad. Well, down 14, no problem, Darren. Bo Nixon, J.K. Dobbins. Hey, these guys look pretty all right. The Broncos hand the Eagles their very first loss of the season, 21-17 in Philly. How about that game, man?
I mean, it's a little too early to make a conclusion about this, but this is the kind of the problem with the Eagles. I mean, they obviously had 4 impressive wins, but it seems like they play good in one half, but then they play like absolute garbage in the second half, or vice versa. So I think for this game, that kind of caught up, because I like the aggressiveness that Denver brought. They went for 2 after they got that second touchdown, and they got it. And the defense, the Broncos have a very good defense. Let's also keep it a buck right there. And the minute
I agree.
that Denver kicked that field goal, even if the minute they kicked that field goal was the minute that the Eagles were in trouble, because then I just felt that they weren't going to pull off that. They weren't going to continue to get away with winning in Eagles fashion. They weren't going to continue to just eke their way out like they have been the past few weeks. So I think it's a great win for Denver, and that's pivotal because Denver, I think it's their second straight win, and they need all the wins they can get to keep up with the Chiefs and Chargers in the AFC West.
No, I agree, man. Right now, if you look at the Eagles, man, it's a long season, dude. And you know what? This is going to be one of those years. I mean, what do you always say, right? And Sirianni will say the same thing. If they win the game, if they win Super Bowl this year, what's the thing that Bill Belichick said when they lost the famous 18-0 season to the Giants? I mean, think about it. He said it himself. I wish we would have just lost one in the regular season. Therefore, we wouldn't have lost this one, basically. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not in those exact words, but hey, it's football, man. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. I mean, I've never, unless you're the 7-2 Dolphins, you know what I mean? But I don't know if that's ever gonna happen again, especially now with way more games. I mean, it's 18-week season, but regardless, it is what it is. Whatever. Learn from it, get better from it. The Eagles are still the Eagles, and well, good for the Broncos, because they'll be, if the Eagles win the bowl again, they'll be that one team to be like, we beat them. You know what I mean? So what do you say? So Bryce Young and Rico Dowdle. How about this one? They rally the Panthers from 17 down to beat the Dolphins 27-24. Dowdle actually runs for 206 yards, man. How about these freaking Panthers?
Man, oh God. If you're the Dolphins, you got to be sick to your stomach, just because, well, you led 17-0, and the team that pretty much just got dog walked by the Patriots just pretty much rallied back to take you down. They scored 20 unanswered points, and it just felt like Miami just took a step back after. I know they lost Tyreek Hill last week, but still, it's like they just can't continue to keep taking steps backwards. So I think the Dolphins, they're in trouble, and I think they got to make some decisions going into the next few weeks or going into the off season, because they just look awful. It's sad.
No, it is. It's unfortunate for these guys right now, man. I still can't believe that happened. I
But
couldn't.
good for Bryce Young, though. We're good for Bryce Young.
Good for Bryce Young. It is, but I mean, oh my gosh, dude. Look, what do you do? What do you do if you're this team? You know, you lick your wounds and you get back to the drawing board, but just a rough go. I mean, just not a great day. That would suck. I mean, you feel bad for them, kind of. Just kidding. No, look, the Dolphins, you know what they got to do. You know what the Dolphins got to do. The Dolphins, I don't know. Is McDaniel the guy? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you got to start looking at stuff like that.
Especially after that whole to win the game, you have to win the game, not lose the game.
Duh.
Yeah. If you see that press conference, it's pretty funny.
That press conference was hilarious. Really? Like,
Great
What?
analysis.
Right? I mean, really? That's your answer? Like, I mean, what do you do? So, all right, Taryn. Well, what a game here. All right, the Buccaneers survive a thriller at Lumen Field, defeating the Seahawks. Oh my gosh! Oh, wait a minute. It was the other way around. It was the other way around. My apologies, guys. Whoopsies. Yeah, this was a crazy game. I gotta get. Oh no, they did. Sorry, I don't know why I thought it was the Seahawks, but they did. The Buccaneers survived. Yes, I got caught up right there at the end. I was putting the show together, but yes, I did have the right information. Buccaneers survived that thriller, man, getting it done. How about this? They knock off the Seahawks Lumen Field 38-35. Last second 39-yard field goal, man. They get it done. How about the Buccaneers?
Yeah, a very amazing game right there. Two good teams in my opinion. I think that this team is definitely both those teams are definitely good, but the Bucks are just still on a whole other level. I think even with their offense like banged up, like missing Mike Evans, they still have other options. They also didn't have Bucky Irving and they still wound up winning. So I think for Tampa Bay, they're starting to look like the class of the NFC South. So it's theirs to lose at this point. I mean, unless Atlanta starts getting hot, I think that this is Tampa's division to win yet again.
Oh, it is. I agree. They look good, or at least decent. But the Buccaneers, they have a solid football team. Now, I don't know. Can they go any further this year in the playoffs? That's kind of my question right now. I don't know if they're built for that. They can, and you're barely winning games like this. I don't know, but they're still a good team. They're a great team. They can do what they want. I mean, it's just, again, it's all speculation. This is what we see, but hey, they can continue to build. Let's see what these guys do. The Titans rally from 18 down. We had some comebacks today, man. They stunned the Cardinals 22-21 in Glendale. Cam Ward gets his first victory as a NFL superstar, or at least in the NFL. We'll keep it at that. We'll keep it at that.
Yeah, he gets his first NFL win, which I think is pretty darn impressive. But oh god, the Cardinals were just a mess. They had a clear touchdown that they fumbled into the end zone without anyone around him. They had an interception that they fumbled, and that was scooped up and ran in for a touchdown. And then they had blown coverage with Cam Ward to Calvin Ridley. So, look, I don't want to take anything away from the Titans, but I feel this was the Cardinals beating themselves. It's like, it's so ridiculous. Like, if you see some of the highlights of that game or some of the lowlights, if you're a Cardinals fan, you got to be beside yourself.
No, that game was hilarious. I don't care. That was funny. The Cardinals did exactly what the Cardinals usually do, and that's choke away games. A lot like how the Raiders. I swear, the Raiders and Cardinals are like friends, and they're in the desert. They're close to each other, so I mean, they probably hang out on the weekends. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like they're both horrible, and it's really sad to see this happen. And they lost to their third musketeer, which is the Titans, who also love to give away games. This game was basically somebody's game to give away, and well, the Cardinals were more generous today, I guess. They saw that Cam Ward needed to win, so they were like, you know what? Let's give him a win. That's seriously what it felt like, Teran. That's exactly what the game felt like. So the Commanders stormed back, I'm sorry, Teran, from 10 down to dominate the Chargers 27-10 at SoFi. Jen Daniels winning his quote-unquote homecoming. I know they keep on saying that. I mean, it's not like it's the closest to San Bernardino in the NFL. It's in LA. Regardless, look, big victory. Oh my gosh. Down go the Chargers. Not their best day.
Right. Yeah, I mean, everything started out looking good. I mean, the Chargers jumped out to a 10-0 lead. They were driving down the field, and then they Quentin Johnston. Look, the fumble wasn't all his fault. Like, he caught the ball, but then two defenders like sandwiched him. He lost the ball, and then eventually the Commanders went down on that long drive to score the touchdown. And then two drives later, the Commanders are punting from their own end zone. Chargers get called for roughing the kicker, and it wipes away a punt return touchdown from Ladd McConkey. So everything just snowballed out of control. And even when the Chargers forced the fumble in the fourth quarter, they were at the 1 yard line. Didn't have a Marion Hampton due to an ankle injury as he was getting his ankle taped up. Justin Herbert threw an interception at the 1, which really sucks. And that pretty much just described the Chargers' day overall. They got to get healthy in terms of not only their offensive line, but their key players as well. Because if they lose Omarion Hampton, then I don't know what you've got to do. Do you got to make a trade? Do you sign some players? Hopefully they have the cap space and whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know, Teran. I felt really bad for the Chargers, man. This was a game where Chargers just said, you know what, we don't want to win this one. I don't know what it was, man. They looked really bad, honestly, at points in this game, because they didn't look like themselves. You know, this wasn't the Chargers that takes initiative. This is the Chargers that kind of get out of the way. I don't know what this was. I mean, no, and this is no knock to the Commanders. They came, they saw, they conquered. They played well. It's just the Chargers. I don't know. I felt like the eggs wasn't there for those guys, you know, in this game. It just kind of seemed, I don't know. They started out well, but the Chargers started it. The Commanders finished it very well. There you go. So
the Lions got in their own way. That's pretty much it.
Remember that old Fleetwood Mac song? They went their own way, Teran. They went their own way. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it was them. But anyway, the Lions roar in Cincinnati. Jared Goff throws 3 touchdowns. Detroit just dominates. The Bengals, they had some kind of a comeback, but it was anything but good.
Yeah, I feel this was pretty much Lions from the get-go. I just think that the Bengals, they need it. Jake Browning's not the answer at quarterback. I know they still don't have Joe Burrow, and they're not going to have Joe Burrow for a hot minute. But honestly, I just think that he's not the answer that Cincinnati's looking for. And you feel bad for Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. They're getting paid all the money just to have a backup throw it to him or throw it to them. So I think for the Lions, this game was pretty much put away in the fourth. After 3 quarters. So the Lions are looking good, and I feel the week 1 loss was nothing to be was just a little over exaggerated and whatnot. So Lions are on the come up. Bengals are coming down hard.
They are, and this is a real hard come down. Let's call it that for dang sure. So all right, Teran, there you have it. There's all the my gosh, that was all the games, wasn't it?
No, we had Texans Ravens, but we didn't miss much with that.
Oh, I could not believe I forgot about that game. Whoopsies. Yeah, that was hilarious. Good. Yes, no. I thought I forgot one in there. Again, man, trying to prepare for this damn show and watch football, it is really, really, really hard. But hey, we're getting it anyway. Yeah. So today, obviously, seeing this game was kind of sad for the Ravens. Oh my gosh, man. The Ravens just looked horrible. The Texans completely dominate 44-10 today, man. How about that game?
Yeah, no Lamar Jackson. Texans were coming off of a big win over Tennessee. CJ Stroud kind of looked like the CJ Stroud from his first 2 seasons, for the good, not for the bad. And I think the Texans really needed this win. Now, for the Ravens, this is their worst start in their first 5 games since 2015. And that year they went 5-11. So this is really bad for the Ravens. It's not just Lamar Jackson being out. It's just Kyle Hamilton being out and a few other key pieces on defense being out. Yeah. They didn't run the ball all that well. Cooper Rush had 3 interceptions. It was just a nightmare for Baltimore. And this is looking like it's going to spiral out of control for Baltimore unless they do something big or they get some players back.
And it was crazy, man. I mean, they look sharp today. They came out and they're all purples. They look good. They look strong. But there you go. It's not a beauty contest. Okay, it's not a fashion show. All right. I mean, that's right. Exactly. This game was just nasty from the get go. I don't know, Teran. Any thoughts further on this one? I mean, I know they're banged up. I know, but I don't know, man. The Ravens just at this point in time, it's corrected in that because football is just that sport, man. You know what I mean? Like if you don't correct it soon, there is no later in the season. I hate to say that, but it's the truth. Once you get down, dude, football is a win now game. I know all sports can say that, but we don't have 162 games to play. We don't have 82 games to play. Teran, we got 17. And if you get down, other teams will. What did Ray Kroc say? The famous line from the founder for McDonald's: "If I saw my opponent drowning, I would go shove a hose in his mouth and finish the job." Basically, I mean, right, Teran? I mean, that's just what it is. And that's what football is. There is no, no. You don't play a series and there's a slump here. No. You win now, or your chances are basically done. So I don't know, Teran. Is this? I don't know why I put Texas, but Texans, man. Okay, now for Texas, for the Texans. Sorry. Is this a glimmer of hope? Or is this just hey, you got a nice win? That was really cool. But you're still really horrible. What do you think about that?
Well, I don't think they've really been overly impressive. I mean, they beat a Titans team which has Cam Ward, and they beat a Ravens team that's just depleted. Let's see how they do in their next 4 games against the Niners, Broncos, Jags, and Titans. That's going to really test to see if the Texans are actually back or if this was just a little bit of a fever to pitch. So, yeah, but for the Ravens, oh God, it gets worse because I mean their next game is against the Rams, but the Rams have a long week as opposed to the Ravens who have just a standard week. But I will say this for the Ravens, it does get a little better because after that, their next few games are against the Bears, which I don't really trust that they're back. The Dolphins, which are a mess. The Vikings, which are also a mess, unless JJ McCarthy returns. The Browns, which are also a mess, who they've beaten. And then the Jets, that should be a winnable game. And then the Bengals, which, God, I hope they flex that out of prime time. So that's 6 winnable games right there. And heaven knows if Lamar Jackson will be back by the time the Ravens play at least the Dolphins. So we'll have to wait and see.
Can you imagine that's a primetime game? Can you imagine?
Oh yeah, that is a primetime game. So that's
no, I know. Can you imagine if it's not flex though?
He might be back for like the Vikings game, but we'll have to wait and see.
No, yeah, for real. Okay, so moving on, Teran. We got a little bit to preview, man. That was nuts to see earlier. But yes, Sunday Night Football, man, coming your way tonight. We got about 5 minutes, actually. About a little bit over 10 minutes. Showdown in Buffalo. The unbeaten Bills at 4-0 look to extend their home win streak to 15 as they host the Patriots, their foes that used to dominate them, and now they have been dominating in the last couple of years. They are currently 2-2 on the season. Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs aim to keep rolling, while rookie Drake May looks for a massive. And I know he's not a rookie, but he's young Drake May. Looks for a massive AFC upset here. AFC East upset. What do you think?
Nah, well, Buffalo is now the lone remaining team that's undefeated with the Eagles losing, but I think Buffalo gets it done. I mean, yes, this is kind of a little bit of a mini homecoming for Stephon Diggs, but I just think that the Buffalo Bills, as long as they don't play down to their competition like they have been doing against the likes of the Dolphins and the Saints, I think Buffalo should win this one fairly easily. But don't underestimate the Patriots. I mean, yeah, they've only beaten the Dolphins and the Panthers, which isn't saying too much, but we'll see what Mike Vrabel has. I mean, it feels interesting to see the Patriots back on primetime because we would normally see them like primetime every week, and now when Brady was there, but now it's like no Brady, no Sunday Night Football, which is a little bit refreshing, but what can you do? I just think that the Bills should win this one.
No, I'm with you. I agree. The Bills should win this one. This should not be hard at all. It's kind of sad to say. I mean, man, I wish I had more. I wish I had more excitement for this one, but this is just another. I don't know. It could be. Look, it could be a rivalry game. Or it is a rivalry game, but it could be that typical rivalry game on primetime that could be a lot of fun. It also could be, I guess, the total beatdown from the Bills, which I'm pretty sure it'll be. I'm sorry. And by the way, I did do this one. I just skipped it. My apologies. Statement win for the Texans. I knew I put it in here somewhere. So CJ Stroud, 4 touchdowns, did his thing, dominated. They got 417 total yards, 3 turnovers. Amazing. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure. Yes, I know I put it up there. So there it is. But again, Sunday Night Football. Amazing job here by the Bills so far. 15 straight. Our very own Brian Francione. I feel bad. It's a good it's a good evaluation for the Pats. Because what do you say, man? What do you say, Teran? You know what I mean? Like, you got to be real about these things. And I hate it. I feel bad. I wish I had more to say, but the Patriots have just been so unimpressive. They've been Raider-like, and that's unlike them, but they've been very Raider-like, and it's just where they are right now, and it sucks. Like I said, I want to say more. I want to say that, yeah, it could be. You don't know. We don't know. None of us know. That's why we play the game, right? But when it comes down to it, Teran, I don't know. I just don't see it. I feel like the Bills are probably going to go out there, and if it is a close game, somewhere in the third quarter, fourth quarter, somewhere in the second half, I don't know. I kind of feel like you're going to see the Bills just kind of pull away. I mean, that's just what I'm seeing right now. That's fair, right?
Yeah, that is a fair assessment.
I mean, it sucks. I wish I could say more, but no one is more Raider like than the Cardinals. Well, let me correct you there, Brian. Nobody's more Raider like than the Raiders.
Yes.
That's the most Raider team in the world. They're so Raider, they have an adjective. All right. Don't Raider today. You know what I mean? You got to tell yourself that, like, if you're a college student, you know what I mean? Like, hey, look, as long as we don't Raider today, we're good. You know what I mean? I got to get in there. I got to get an 80%. As long as I don't Raider, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of sad, but it's the truth. So, but yeah, Pat's D is the key. It is. They got to get it done. Big shout outs of Mouthpiece there. Big shout out to you. But yeah, man, I just really feel that the Patriots again. I wish there was more. I really do. I wish there was more to say, but it's just I don't. Don't really see that. But anyway, Teran, we got one more game coming on up, man. Tomorrow is going to be a good one. Jacksonville. And why is it going to be a good one? Because these are just those games, right, Teran? This is the one game that we all think is going to be horrible. It could be tonight's game. I don't know. I called a tie for last week's game with the Jets and Dolphins because I was like, oh, it should be a tie. And what happens? The freaking Packers and the damn Cowboys end up tying instead. What do you know? So I don't know. Tonight's game could be the good one. Tomorrow could be the absolute dud. But tomorrow, I feel like this could be the good one. I feel like Jacksonville is going to actually fight. They'll lose, but I feel like they're going to fight in this one. I don't know. The 3-time defending AFC champs, Chiefs currently at 2-2. They're getting kind of written off a little bit by everybody, but they take on rising Jaguars at 3-1. I still think they're going to lose this game, and I think the Chiefs are going to probably win this one probably pretty handedly. But then again, I don't know, Teran. This is the game where I feel like we might actually see a battle. We might see a good fight in this one. Trevor Lawrence is in the spotlight. This is a pretty good quarterback duel. It just sucks because Mahomes has a team behind him. The Jaguars don't, or at least it feels like Lawrence don't. So, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think the Chiefs are starting to get back into form, and I'll take the Chiefs to win this one. Don't get me wrong; what we've seen we've seen some brilliance of flashes from the Jaguars, but I think the Chiefs still have their number. So I gotta go with the Chiefs. They are riding the momentum. So I feel Kansas City will pull this one off. I don't want them to win, but I just think that the Jags just don't have enough in the tank to take down Kansas City.
Yeah, I don't see it. I thought it'd be cool, it was cool to see it, but it'd be cool to see a victory like that. But I don't know. I just don't see it either, Darren. I don't feel that this team has enough firepower. Good old Mahomes is still Mahomes. They're still the Chiefs. I think it's fair to say they're not right now that team that they've been. I think that's fair. But at the same exact time, I also think it's fair to say that the Chiefs are still a very scary football team, and there's somebody you still don't want to play these guys. All right, it's not like they're this team just giving out wins. You know what I mean? Like they're good. They're a good football team, man. They're still pretty solid. It's just they're not that big scary team that they were. Is that fair?
Yeah, I agree.
I said it on 3 and Out, 3 and Out 8 divisions in 8 days, and I got very fiery about it. And I know it was awesome because I had you cheering me on in the chat room while I was saying it, Darren. It was pretty cool. But I guess, you know what? I just feel like this is it. The time has come. Every greats. I mean, the Patriots were an anomaly. Gosh dang it. I mean, they went on for 2 decades doing this and dominating. But I don't know. I just kind of feel like the Chiefs, they're figured out, man. It's enjoy the last of it. And this is what we're seeing right now. So who knows? I could be totally wrong, but that's just kind of what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing. And there you go. But overall, should be a fun game, though, tomorrow night. And let's see what these Chiefs do. And one more before we're out of here, Taryn. We got one more goodie because, well, obviously, we're not going to be on before next Thursday. So week 6 is coming on up. Why? Thursday night games are weird, especially we talked about this before. But, Taryn, I don't know. The Eagles. Today, they lost a game that they definitely should have won. They're not going to lose this game. There's no way they're going to lose this game. But if they lose this game, they're taking out the Giants. Darren, this is crazy. By the way, Christopher Lehman, appreciate you, buddy. We'll hear of the iSports Radio family, our co-host here on The Extra Mile with Daryl Kinsey Jr. Text him on Monday evenings, man, talking about all them auto sports. But is it acceptable to wear the old rusty paper bag over your head while watching football on your couch at home? #Bengals. Well, Oh boy. Yeah, we talked about this one a little bit ago here, and this was an ugly one. I know it was horrible. Poor Cincinnati is just not fun. Not fun. Not fun right now to be a Bengal. I am so sorry, Mr. Chris. I know. You can join the Raider crew. I'm sorry, but there we go. What was it? Carrie Underwood, The Voice, is singing on Sunday night, and we're almost ready to get out of here, Teran. So, Eagles, Giants, during the outro, what do you got?
I got the Eagles winning, but actually in close fashion. I think they're going to continue the trend of close games between divisional foes on Thursday nights.
You know, what if, right? I mean, we could always say, what if? I don't think the what if's going to happen. But again, it's anybody's game, right? Every single game starts out 0-0. Now, again, there's no way. I just don't see this. I do not. There's no freaking way. But if the Giants somehow pull this game off, I'm still not going to say the Eagles are a bad team. I'm still not going to say that they're going to lose and all this crap. Okay, they're not going to the Super Bowl. They're still a great team. But there is some concern at that point in time. Things happen. Today happened. It is what it is. Rather enjoy that loss. Rather endure that loss. Sorry, not enjoy. No loss is enjoyable. Rather endure the loss now, okay, obviously, than to get it later in the bowl or somewhere in the playoffs. Yeah. But again, hey, even 2 lost teams make it, okay? It is what it is. Don't get crazy. But the Eagles should definitely win this game. There's no way they shouldn't. So, all right, Teran, NFL Week 5, man. Like I said, tonight we got ourselves a good one. I'll put this one back up here. Sunday Night Football is upon us. Bills, Patriots, should be a good game again. Buffalo riding a 15-game home win streak. Tomorrow, Jacksonville, Chiefs. I don't know why that could be a sneaky good game. But while we're almost out of here, Teran, any last things you want to throw out there? Comments, anything like that? Any high school teams, college teams, any NFL teams, anything you want to throw out there? Fun facts or anything like that for our listeners?
USC didn't hurt me this week because they were on bye. But I want them to win on Saturday against Michigan.
Yeah, that's going to be quite the game, that's for sure. I'm very frustrated with the stupid Trojans right now, so I was not trying to bring them up, Teran, but whatever, Anyway, man, it's going to be a good one. Looking forward to lots of great games coming up this week. I know we got some good ones here. Again, you got SC and Michigan coming on up, but in the high school world, man, I know, again, we keep on talking about Bishop Gorman. Them too. But St. John Bosco just doing it this year because they look like it. They're 6-0 on the year. They got Orange Lutheran actually coming on up, so I think they're going to run through them. But Mater Dei, Trinity League, again, it's all boiling down to Halloween night. It's going to be some fun there. 3C2A, man. Again, I got to get some excitement into some 3C2A action coming our way. Can Riverside pull themselves out of a hole? I don't know. Golden West and Pasadena City this week should be fun. Look, we're going to have ourselves some fun all across the board in football. But plenty more to come. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You guys are amazing. For my boy, Mr. Teran Rodriguez, for me, your boy Larry B. We will see you next Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 a.m. Eastern. We will see you then. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.
Peace.
Peace.